America in shock. US President Donald Trump is vowing to do what he can to prevent mass shootings after the deaths of at least 29 people in two gun massacres. Federal prosecutors are treating today's shooting at a Walmart store in El Paso as a hate crime and domestic terrorism, with the suspect, 21-year-old Patrick Crusius, linked to an online racist manifesto. He's been charged with capital murder, and prosecutors are already seeking the death penalty.
In Dayton, Ohio, a shooting in a popular nightclub district has killed 9 people, including the perpetrator's sister. The heavily armed gunman, Connor Betts, was shot dead by police within 30 seconds of him opening fire. But the motive for his crime remains unclear. Our North America correspondent James Glenday is in El Paso in Texas and joins us now. James, good morning. It must be a community absolutely reeling following this. Give us a sense of how it feels to be there now.
Good morning, Virginia. Well, it certainly is. Behind me, you may be able to see that is where the Walmart is, and just in front of it, a small makeshift shrine has been growing throughout the day here in El Paso. A lot of people on the ground seem particularly shocked, and we've heard from a lot of community leaders today because of the nature of this shooting. This wasn't just a mass shooting. Now it's being treated as a domestic terrorism act. That manifesto published online pretty clearly, and I won't go into the details of it, but it pretty clearly expresses some very heavily anti-immigrant, anti-Hispanic themes throughout. And a lot of people feel that he came here 9 hours away from where he actually lived to carry out this shooting here, targeting particularly Hispanics, because we are just a couple of kilometres here from the Mexican border.
What do you think the community will make of the presidential response?
I think a lot of people here will welcome the response from Donald Trump initially, but we can't kid ourselves, we're in a very politically divisive time here in the United States. Many of Mr. Trump's political opponents, including a number of candidates vying for the Democratic presidential nomination to face him at the ballot box at the 2020 election, have already come out and quite pointedly said that the Commander-in-Chief has to take some of the blame for whipping up a rhetoric surrounding immigrants and surrounding migrants. Now, his Chief of Staff, Mick Mulvaney, has pushed back very strongly against that assertion, saying that it's ridiculous to suggest Donald Trump is in any way to blame and that he really only wants the best thoughts and prayers for these communities at the moment. But nonetheless, that is the political situation here, and I think that we're going to hear more and more about that over the next few days.
We can have a little listen to Donald Trump now, I think.
I just want to say that these are two incredible places. We love the people. Hate has no place in our country, and we're going to take care of it. I spoke with Attorney General Bill Barr at length.
Where to now for these two communities, these two horrific attacks within 24 hours of each other in El Paso and Dayton?
Yeah, it's shocking, and again, it's reignited not just debate about racism and immigration in the United States, it's also reignited that debate about gun control, in particular whether or not assault rifles should be banned, what sort of restrictions should be put in place, but not a huge number of people here expect much to come of that, because we've been here, as you know, Virginia, so many times.
Yes.
Before. Mass shootings are particularly common. It depends how you measure them. If you say multiple people shot but not necessarily killed, there's been as many as 250 already this year. If you say at least 3 people have to be killed, there's still been 32, and we're only just halfway or so through the year. It is a huge problem, and that has been the debate pretty much all through the local media here today. But as I say, not a huge number of people have big hopes for change. And right now, these communities are going through the same thing all those other different communities have gone through over the years. They're mourning, they're going to be burying their dead over the next few days, and trying to work out why this happened and what can be done to stop it in the future.
They've joined a wretched society in America, communities that have gone through this themselves, and the numbers, just as you say, continue. James, thanks so much.